Well, here we go. We're taking off now. We're halfway down the river towards the St. John Falls, and we're on our way now down towards that way. A little bit shallow at places, but should be fine. Well, we've made it to the St. John Falls, right down, well down the river, or should I say well up the river. It's been quite wide a lot of the way, and the least depth I saw, obviously trying to stay in the deepest part, was 4.4 meters, so it's 5.5 here at the dock. So pretty nice, lovely day, no cloud at all, and so many enormous old trees. I mean, this is wild forest, magnificent. And there's the dock, the jetty, and the ramp up to the walk to the falls. Well, it was only a short walk to the falls, which are set in a very rocky area. Obviously they're falling down rocks, and there's pretty vertical rocks right close by to where I'm standing now. And interesting that with the light coloured rock or sand in the water over there, you can see clearly the tannin coloured, the tea coloured water of Gordon River. Very special place, this one, with the falls, with the rocks, the cliffs around. St. John Falls on the Gordon River in Macquarie Harbour in the wilderness of southwest Tasmania. No shortage of water here. They get 3 meters on average annual rainfall each year. 3 meters, that's a lot of water. Everything here is covered in moss. I found a little footpath alongside along the riverside, so we're following that at the moment. And over on the other side of the river is Warner's Landing, I believe that's called, which also gives access to another walk in the forest. It's amazing forest, this virgin rainforest. There's a huon pine somewhere nearby that is 7,000 years old. Just amazing. A lot of these vertical rock faces beside the river. Well, up above the river at the end of that little trail that I was following is this green hut, very well maintained, with obviously sleeping accommodation for anyone that should come by and need it, and a sign over to the falls. Maybe these are rafters that raft up to the riverside nearby and come up here, and then they can walk to the falls. Quite a large room for people to gather in, obviously with some more bunks over there. Showing the walks in the area. The Franklin Adventure. Up the Franklin River, which is a tributary of the Gordon River, just a little way further up, is where the Franklin comes into the Gordon. All ready for a group to sleep here. There's a lovely view of the river that I just came up. Quite a sweeping bend and very shallow just here. The all-important water supply. And more of that sphagnum moss hanging from branches. This is a temperate rainforest, and it very much reminds me of Ketchikan, which is similar, but obviously in the northern hemisphere. Another temperate rainforest where everything is covered in moss. It's so wet all year round. But at the moment, fortunately, nice and dry for walking along the path. Well, I was wondering where the people in the other big hut over there were going to go to the loo, and this is obviously the answer. There's a tank out here, there's another one in there, on a kind of a run of rails of sorts. Obviously, someone has to come at some point to pick them up and take them away to be emptied. Plenty of tree ferns around in the area. And very distinctive tree, this one. Well, here we have the little beach that anyone rafting or going up and down the river can land on and get up to this hut to stay the night. Very nice. And there across the way we have Warner's Landing, dating back to the days when there was a major hydroelectric scheme to dam the river. This must be a very nice place to raft, to kayak or canoe up and down the river. Nereida is just around the corner there. And this is actually the very shallow part of the river that I had to be very careful. Looks as though one of the many unique animals to Tasmania is making a home down there. So back down to this peaceful river and, of course, to Nereida.